Good morning, good morning. It's the Last Minute Laura Show. Good morning, hello. It still doesn't feel right to be saying good morning because it has only been 5 days since we lost Thunder. So it does not feel like it's a good morning, but we've got to return to some sense of normalcy at some point, right? So good morning, everybody. Welcome back. If you're new, I'm Laura. This is the Last Minute Laura Morning Show. We get together every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. to chat, hang out, and make stuff together. So if that sounds like fun to you, then stick around. If that doesn't sound like fun, then go find a live stream that does sound like fun. Because it's supposed to be just a chill hangout spot for us, a safe space for us to talk and chat and just generally hang out and do crafty stuff. That's what we do here. So let me turn that music down so that it's not deafening you. And we're trying something new with the audio today. If you notice a difference, you let me know. We changed to a different direction, which means hopefully the birds screaming is not going to get deafening in your ears. That's the plan anyway. And yeah, I think I want to move this plant. I'm looking at it behind me and I think it needs to go a little bit farther. Oops. So I'm going to just do that. I feel like it would look best over here. Got to move it a little bit away from the birds though, because they will try to. Does that fit? Ooh, that's good. Keep the water container safe. The water fountain. Put that a little bit over here. Want it out of the reach of the birds, but a little off to my side. We don't need those little demons. There. See how that looks. Good morning, everybody. Okay, that's a little better, I think. Don't you think? I feel like it could still be a little bit towards me. Maybe not that. That can stay flat. But we can adjust the plant. There. Is that better? That's better. There. Now the cat's water fountain is still accessible to the cat, and this is far enough from the birds that hopefully they don't try and eat it. And there's Rohan. Peekaboo is, I think she's underneath the bird cage. We're on like day 3 of forced integration with the cats. So far, it looks to be going okay. We haven't had any violent outburst or any cat fights, so hopefully that stays the way that it is and we don't have any more cat on cat violence. I drew another picture of Thunder. I think this one looks the most like him. What do you think? I feel like this one has the most Thunder in it of all the ones I drew so far. I feel like he's my new art theme. So we started like this. Then we moved into a whole body. And now we've got this one. I think this one actually looks pretty like Thunder. Like I feel like I can see him in this. My tiny little Chihuahua boy. If you're new here and you're unsure what I'm talking about, our dog passed away last week. And it was awful. And I don't know what to do with myself. So I've been drawing him. And that's been helping. It makes me feel good to draw him. So I've been drawing him. Otherwise, what else have I been doing? Not a heck of a lot. I made a pattern yesterday, a new pattern, and I made a new video yesterday. I'm hoping that I'm going to have energy to make another video today. That's what I would really like to do. If I could keep my like motivation up, I would like to do another video. I also have a crazy rash that is all over my arms and hands. There's just like bits of rash all over me. And it's been close to 2 weeks now that I've been dealing with this. And I have a feeling that I'm allergic to the vinyl of my table, because it's only places that touch the table that seem to be reacting. And it's on both arms. It's all over. It's kind of eczema-y, but it's very itchy. It's all over my arms and hands, and it's super itchy, and I'm trying not to break the skin, but obviously I've broken the skin a few times. I've been moisturizing it with an unscented moisturizer. Hopefully that'll help, but yeah, I think I might be allergic to the vinyl that I put on my table. So I'm wearing long sleeves at my desk to see if that makes it go away, and then I'm going to put short sleeves on again and see if it flares up, and if it does, then I'm going to take the vinyl off the table. Which sucks, because it's really pretty. If you see the pattern, it's like, I also did my nails yesterday. It's like dragonflies and mushrooms and plants and just bugs and stuff. It's like a really cute pattern. But don't worry, I already got my next pattern for the vinyl, so hopefully that will not cause a reaction, but I don't know what it would be. Like, can I be allergic to vinyl? I mean, I guess you can be allergic to anything, but I don't know. So I still want to draw today, but excuse you. I still want to draw today, but I don't know what I want to draw. Do I want to draw more thunder, or do I want to draw something else? I haven't really decided. So if you have a suggestion of what we could draw, I'm going to be using my Bellezza Suprema alcohol markers. That's the plan. And I'm going to draw in pencil, then I'm going to draw in my Micron pens, and then I'm going to color it in. Oh, also, Candy, I also have a mouse today. Candy is in our Discord, and in our Discord, she caught a mouse in her house, a little chili mouse. And we caught a mouse overnight. Rohan taught me that, or told me that. Look at that little guy. So our mouse is not cold. I haven't put it outside yet because it's cold out. So to the mousetrap, we have humane mousetraps. To the humane mousetrap, I added some more seeds and a knob of butter, so that the mouse could just sort of bulk up before I put it outside. And I'm going to wait till it's a little bit warmer in the day, because it's been inside a warm house all night. So I feel bad just throwing it outside. I know it's a pest and it's not welcome here. However, I don't feel like I want to just kill it. So I'm going to wait until it's a little bit warmer for it to be able to adjust to going back outside. I don't want it to be shocked by being outside. The benefit of humane traps is that I don't have to kill them. All right, so here's, by the way, the photo I was looking at when I did that drawing of thunder. Let me show you. So that's what I was looking at, and here's what I came up with. Do you think I caught his awkward face? I feel like I did. I feel like it looks enough like him. So that's that for that. Where are you guys this morning? It's a quiet morning so far. By the way, thank you to everybody for your kind words about Thunder. I do appreciate it. I haven't replied to all of them yet because I couldn't. I was getting too in my feelings, and I didn't want to be in my feelings. So instead, I just ignored them for a little while. And that was the easiest way for me to go about it. So I'm going to just follow that feeling, and when I feel like I have energy to do it, I'll do it. When I don't have energy to do it, I won't do it. But thank you for your nice comments and for your condolences and your words of support. I do appreciate that. I don't know what I want to draw today. how many more pictures of thunder can I draw? Like, lots is the answer. Lots and lots. But I don't know if that's like entertainment for you guys either. Alternatively, we could paint something or crochet something. Can you tell I do not have a ton of motivation or emotional energy? My emotional energy is low, and I am sorry about that. But I can't do anything about it. Well, I can fake it, but I don't want to. You guys know I'm sad, so I'm just gonna be sad and work through it, because that's what you do when you're sad and there's nothing that can be done about it. I'm looking in the live stream Discord for photos to see if there's anything I could draw from. I could also just invent from my mind, but I don't know what to draw, so I don't know what to invent, you know? A little conversation would be helpful if you have any ideas of what we could do with art. We could do plant things. We could do... what do we have for plants? Lots of flowers. We could do flowers. I mean, how many flowers have I drawn, though? Like at least 5 million flowers. She said, seemingly into the ether. It's okay. I can just sit and talk to myself today. I'm happy to have you here, regardless of if you're chatting with me or not, because... Oh, another thing Alex said I should do, and he said I should use the live stream to do it because I'm already here anyway, is write patterns. But I really don't want to do that today. But I do have a lot of patterns that need to be written out. And when I say written out, I mean digitally written out, because I already have them all like written out in my like bullet journals. But I need to transcribe them all into digital format so that I can put them on Etsy, because I can't just scan in my book and put it on Etsy. I mean, I could, but I shouldn't. So that's another job that I need to do that I'm avoiding getting started on, because who wants to transcribe written patterns and double check them? That's the other thing. Ugh. It's like not fun. Anyways, neither here nor there, I guess. I hope you guys are doing okay. Let's see. Maybe I can do one of the pictures where Thunder has his tongue out. Those are really cute ones. I know I have one somewhere in here, because I used it for the thumbnail. Did I send it to myself? Please hold. Really? I'm sure I did. Just a sec, I have to go through my items. So many weird downloaded things. Angel wings, clouds. Can I access my phone's photos from the computer? Wouldn't that be cool? Photos? No. Okay. Well, let me just get myself comfortable, and then we can get into drawing. Maybe we won't be doing a lot of talking today. We'll have to see. We'll see what the vibe is as I start drawing. How's the audio?
Huh?
Are you listening? How's the audio?
Good.
Did the bird screech loud?
I only done it once, so...
Was the sound loud?
No. Went to an ad right away, so...
Oh, that's nice. What should I draw?
Probably thunder.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, you can access your photos from your phone. Just Photos app.
In here?
Yeah.
Huh. Would you look at that? Can I search like I do in my phone?
No. Don't search.
Yes, I can. Cool. Oh, iPhone. How you are so interesting and useful. Okay, let's find a good photo of Thunder. His tongue out. I feel like I don't have one drawn with his tongue out. God, he's so cute. Isn't he the cutest dog in the world?
Obviously. Rad.
Yeah. I know I have one in here with his tongue out. Of course I do. I've taken 1,000 pictures of this dog. Trying to find one where he's like this. So freaking cute. So dumb looking. I just need to find one where he's outside because he's always panting when he's outside. There's one. This is a good one. Okay. One sec, I'm gonna give it to you guys in Discord so you can see it too. And there we go. Back into Discord. There we go. There's Thunder. Is he not the cutest? Look at this. Tell me that's not the cutest dog you've ever seen. Because I already know that it is. Look at this photo of him. So cute. Alright, so now let's draw that. Or let's try anyway.
Do you want the birds out?
You wanna come out? Yeah. You wanna come out? You wanna come out? Out? You wanna come out? You're supposed to wait for her to say out.
Oh, sorry.
Duh.
You almost pooped on.
Almost. You're in danger now, buddy. You waited too long. It's a game.
Okay.
Alright, let's see. Okie dokie. Excuse me. Alright. So first, move that a little bit out of the way. Okay. Why are you moving? I didn't tell you to move. You're now in my way a little bit. I need to tilt you up. Hopefully the audio will be okay here. Now I can exit out of all the things I had opened. Beautiful. Just a sec here. Need a little refresh. Okay. There. Now, I'm gonna start with, I guess, the outline. That'll probably be easiest. Morning, stupid question. How are we doing? We're doing, best we can. Can't do much more than what we can do. So I'm doing okay. Obviously I've been better, but we're doing what we can do. I know you know, because you've been through it too. This is the drama I'm dealing with as they get to fall in love. Are you guys falling in love? The answer is no. How are the cats doing? Do you think it's affected them? They don't fight nearly as much. We've been kind of forcing integration with the cats now. Our cats hate each other, or they have hated each other for a while. Since we got the second one, they've not gotten along. But since Thunder is gone, I've decided to force them into friendship of sorts. They kind of have to get along now because I'm not separating them anymore. I've just decided they can fight it out. And so far that's been fine. They haven't hurt each other. As you heard, they obviously still don't like each other. Well, Rohan likes Peekaboo. Peekaboo doesn't like Rohan. But yeah, Peekaboo doesn't like Rohan, and Rohan wants more than anything to just be best friends with Peekaboo. So he's working on it. I'm not working on it. We're still keeping them separated at night because I can't keep track of them at night because I'm sleeping. But during the day they have free reign to just sort of get to know each other, however that goes. So far it's going fine. The drama is minimal. There's little spats like what you just heard, but generally it's not terrible. All right, my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'll find out later. I don't want to ask. I have to go now. All the hugs and love. Thanks, Louisa. Appreciate it. And I go through it a lot more in the previous live stream. So if you want to hear all about what happened, you can check it out there. All right. So will my pencil lift after alcohol markers? That's the question I have. Because I want to like draw a few things. Like I want to do Thunder's pupils in gray for this one. Because he's more or less blind. I want to do like that, and then I want to do like this. So that it's, you know, cataraxy. We're aiming for cataracts because that is what he had. There. And then we'll do a couple colors for his eyes. Because even though he had cataracts, he still had beautiful brown eyes. test elsewhere. It's a good idea, Candace. Instead, though, I'll just erase what I just did and see that the pencil comes out. Okay, good, it does. Pencil comes off. That's good. That's a good thing. Okay, so why did I want that again? Because I wanted to do the shadows first. Or some of them anyway. Like inside the ear shadow. And inside this ear shadow. And right here. And right here. And like all of the face. On this side. All of the nose on this side. Okay, that's like most of the shadow. And the tongue was in shadow also. And then the front part of his mouth was in shadow. Under here too. I think that's it. A little bit over here. This line. And oh my god, the little tongue, that's gonna turn out epic. I hope so. Hope it looks good once it's done. Okay, so that was green gray 3. So now let's go with green gray 5 for the darkest areas. Then I'll do green gray 3 again, just to blend that together, so that dark gray is not too dark. This is my like underpainting, so I'm gonna go in with colors after this. Okay. And then, do I have a lighter green gray? Like green gray. I have cool gray 1. That'll have to do. Because this part, even though it's not in the same darkness of shadow, it's still in some shadow on this side. This whole ear, pretty much. And then this whole ear, pretty much, too. And then the neck. Kind of juts out, and then the tongue is kind of like half in shadow, and then his nose is kind of mostly in shadow, under his eyes, even the top of his eyes, and then same thing on this side, and then this thing kind of spreads up. And what's that? Cool gray 1. Okay. There's one that's called like shadow, cool gray 0.5. Cool gray 0.5, that will be how we, oops, let's do our bigger one, transition out of the cool gray 1. Okay, so there's our shadow. I think now we can use the black marker pen to do some of our outline. I just didn't want to have to draw in some of those shadows because I've been drawing them in and I don't want to. I think I want to only draw in the lines that feel necessary. Do some dots for Thunder's nose because he had a cute little texture on his nose. And I want the texture to be visible. See, look at his little nose print. We sort of know how you're doing as much as you will say, but how's Alex handling it as well? Alex is handling it well. I mean, we're both sad, you know? But he's handling it really well as you can be, considering what has happened. But yeah, he seems to be handling it pretty well. He had therapy this week already. I haven't had therapy yet, so he got to talk a little bit about how he's feeling, so that's good. But he seems to be doing okay. I mean, we talk about Thunder all the time now, obviously. So we're both obviously sad, but we're basically trying to look at the positives in the situation a lot. I mean, obviously there's tons of just unnecessary not unnecessary. There's tons of there's just tons of sadness. There's like obviously going to be tons of sadness around it. Like he died and it felt like it was really fast and it felt like it was really too soon. So we're both like just heartbroken, and it feels confusing because like I made a noise this morning moving the light and it made the broom fall down, and I like braced because it scares Thunder when loud noises happen. Like it scares him to have the broom fall down. It scares him when I move the lamp. And at night when I get ready for bed, I get Thunder. And it's like I don't have to do that, and it feels super weird to not have to do those things that I'm used to having to do as part of like my nighttime routine. So it like throws off my whole nighttime routine because he's part of it. He's part of my like life. He's part of all of my routines. So it feels super weird to just not have him suddenly. But yeah, I don't even know. I don't know how to articulate clearly the way it feels. I mean, those of you who've lost a pet, you know how it feels. It's miserable and it's awful, but then it's like normal too. Like normal day-to-day things are still happening. The family group chat is still updating with photos of babies, and like the world is continuing on. So it's weird because for me, there's this like aching sadness that's just sort of sitting with me, but everybody else seems to just be life as usual. And also we are life as usual. Like we still have to like get groceries, and we still have to like feed the cats, and I have to make dinner, and like I still have to do things, even though there's like this aching sadness that accompanies me pretty much everywhere. So it's sad and it's awful, but it's also just happening, you know? So it's definitely weird. That's for sure. It's a super weird feeling. And it's super weird when everybody's over it already. Like, Alex and I are not over it. I don't know that we'll ever be over it. And everybody else is like everyone said, sorry for your loss. And then it's like, now it's just done. And it's like, well, but it's not. It's like literally not done. It's like, well not done. There's still a lot of feelings. So it just feels weird and sad. And it feels weird and sad that it's not as sad for everyone else. Because for me, it's like really like heartbreaking, devastating sad. And for everyone else, it's like, oh, I'm sorry for you. And I'm like, but what about, like, why aren't you sad? Why aren't we all so sad? But he's not everybody's dog. So I can't really, like, fault them for that. But it makes me feel like a little bit... Angry is not the right word. It makes me feel like hurt that he doesn't matter as much to other people as he does to us. And I know he matters to you guys, so that makes me feel pretty good. But, yeah, the grief is weird. Grief is a weird thing. Because I'll catch myself laughing with Alex about something, and then we'll both just have this minute where it's like, what are we laughing about? Like, Thunder's gone. Like, we'll be laughing about, like, an unrelated thing, obviously. And then it'll just be like, we'll have this moment of, like, that felt so gross. Because Thunder's still gone. So, it's weird. It's a weird time for me. It's a weird feeling. And I don't like it. But I also don't want it to go away, because whenever it feels soft for a minute, like when Alex and I have a laugh about something, I feel so guilty for not feeling sad. And then I feel sad again because I think about Thunder. But it's like, I have these moments where I'm like, where normal stuff happens, and then it's like a weird guilt comes with it, you know? I was a puddle all day. Even today, there's still blood on my day. I've known him for a long time. He was partly mine as well. A lot of people are uncomfortable talking about grief. They just want it to be over. Kelly, hey Kelly, big hugs, girl. I have lots of animals, and sometimes I think at some point I'm going to lose them. However, they fill my heart while they're here, and I'm sure I fill theirs. Totally. I think my boys know I need them. They've all been so close. That's so nice. Yeah, Peekaboo has been very needy. Once it's bedtime, she comes into the bed, and she's very much like, this is my spot now, right? Where Thunder used to sleep. And we are like, it's actually not, but you can stay there. What are you looking for, Alex?
Wonder if you need coffee refill, but I see you're still in the warmer.
Thanks. So yeah, I mean, I'm sad, but things are, you know, the way they are. What are we going to do about it? I can't change it. It's just the way it is. Oh, that's a feeling I know. It's like, how can you go and be happy with them being gone? And you feel like you have no right being happy or finding humor in anything. But you will find being happy or finding humor does not mean you miss him less. Yeah, well, that's for sure. I don't think I'll ever stop missing him. And I don't want to stop missing him. He's like our first kid, you know? I know people who have kids will be like, having a pet is nothing like having kids. But people who don't have kids... that's the closest we've got. And Thunder was Alex's and my first. I mean, CJ was Alex's firstborn, but I inherited CJ. Alex and I didn't get CJ together. So I didn't get that part, you know? his little cataracts eyes. Cute. Does it look like him to you? Are you getting thunder vibes from this? Hope so. Oh, thank you for everybody for clicking the like today. I appreciate you. Okay. These markers have been so much fun to play with. There's so many of them. I just keep choosing new ones to play with. Okay, so this one is gonna have some golden yellow. Definitely thunder vibes. I recognize that little dude. Good. That's the idea. Okay, so the golden yellow is gonna go back here in his ear. And it's also gonna go here on his ear. I'm obviously making up these colors as I go. Like, yes, I'm trying to aim for things that look like Thunder's colors, but it doesn't have to be perfect, you know? It just has to feel like him. What I'm using now is called golden yellow. Sorry, I keep hitting the mic. It's like just in my way. Hi, Alex.
Hello.
And then this is called cream. I don't know that I would call this color cream, but you know, I'm not the boss of naming colors. If I were the boss of naming colors, this would not be called cream. It would be called like wheat. Wheat colored. Okay, and then his head is also you could do them almost like those Andy Warhol ones, like purple shaded one or a green shaded one. We would still know it's thunder. That's true. That's not a bad idea. Sand, I think, might be a good color. Are you light enough? You're almost the same color. How about barely beige? Are you light enough? That's better. That's probably good for some of the like pinkier spots on him. Now we need something pink. I think Cosmo Pink was that's too light, but that's okay to start. His tongue is much darker in this photo. But we can do the whole inside of his mouth. And back of his tongue and under here. All this sort of bright pink, and then I can get a darker pink, like maybe cherry pink. I feel like a lot of these are too dark, but I'll try cherry pink. That's not bad. I feel like this can also be lined. Okay. I feel like I need another line. I need a different pink, I think. A darker pink that is like brown. Why is there no brown pink? There's wine red. That's gonna be way too dark. Deep red, carmine, natural oak. Maybe I can put some peach in to sort of blend that mouth down a bit. I feel like it's not dark enough. It needs something darker. Maybe I could just use shadow instead of adding any more color. You know what I mean? I could go in with more warm gray to darken it. I think I need an even darker gray. Warm gray 9, that might be a bit too dark. Let's see. It's a bit dark. Just a few dots of it. Okay, and then I'll go back to gray 3 again and just mix that in together using science. There. Right? Looks like a mouth to you? Good. On another note, 16 days and my daughter is moving down here. She's so excited and happy to be nearer to us, and I'll be so happy to not have so many leftovers in my fridge. It's awesome, Candace. That is a happier note. That tongue almost looks like part of those hyper-realistic paintings. So good. Thank you. They're so nice. Okay, so there's that. Now we need to do his nose, which is going to be pretty similar in color. So I think I'm going to add some cherry red in the shadowy zones. Okay, and then we'll go back in with the pastel pink. Is that the right color? It's gonna need more brown in it. Okay, and then we'll do warm gray number 9 again to do the shadows and some dotty dots. And then I'll go back in with the pastel to blend that all together. It's weird how the markers can blend, but they don't get on each other. So they blend on the paper, but the marker itself doesn't get stained from blending. I feel like that's so weird. All right, oh, I'm covering up what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. like something super pale. How pale are you? Oh, that's a dark yellow. I don't need that dark. Need something paler than that. Did we say sand was paler? Be right back. Max is withering and needs some sustenance. Well, you gotta feed him then. I understand that. A whiny cat. I have 2 of those. Okay, and then that pastel pink, I think I could do the ear area with that color. Pretty much the whole ear has like a pink shade to it, but the ear itself is not actually pink, it's just like shaded, as though there is pink coming from within. Ta-da, it's thunder. It's not finished, I'm just saying ta-da because, you know, we're getting somewhere. How about brown gray? What color are you? That feels like it's the color I already used here. Good morning, already looks beautiful, thank you. Sorry if I keep hitting the mic, I can't help it. My markers are in the way. Okay, now I need something skin white. That's a loaded name, but let's just use that to do a little blending. Okay. And I do want to do some, I don't want the white on his head to be like totally white, because I just don't feel like it ever is. So we'll just color the white areas in this sort of cool tone. Okay. There's Thunder's vibe. Now, what do I need? It still needs other stuff. I feel like it needs detail lines, but I don't really know where. What do you see? I feel like I need a darker brown around his eyes, because he has a darker shade. He always has these tear stains. And then he has dark hair around his eyes. And then I can go back in with a pale color to just sort of calm that down so it's not so aggressive. Go in with dark yellow again to do some other hair stuff. Just feel like I want to do some hair detail. already looks beautiful. Thanks, Marina. Okay, so that's for the one side. Now on the other side, I can go do the same thing, not with the cream. I need a different color. Yellow ochre, is that lighter? Okay, so now we have all those. Now I can go with the cream color. And just do it all together. Okay, and then I'll just go in with the skin white again in order to blend all that together a little bit. Give it a little bit of a calm down. And then I'll do my gray again. Okay, then I just need to figure out how to make his eyes pop a little bit more. I feel like I'm covering up what I'm working on, sorry. Swedish Yarny Hooker. Suzanne, good morning. Wow, you're talented. Thank you. It's nice of you to say. I feel like I need a white gel pen or something to do highlights with. Okay. Our little old dog, Thunder. Okay. And then do you have liquid paper? No, I don't. That would have been a good idea, though. Okay. Hey, Alex. Do you have any whiteout?
Sorry?
Do you have whiteout?
Yeah.
Could I have it?
Yeah.
At your convenience. Good morning, Laura. Hey there, Cal. Just popping in to say hello and see how you're doing. You're lucky to be an artist. Thunder literally ingrained in every part of you. Thanks, Cal. Beautiful picture. I can't wait till my granddaughter, the artist, comes to say so she can watch your drawing videos. Thank you. Again, that's very sweet of you to say. And I'm doing okay. Obviously, like, I'm sad, but what do you expect, you know? But otherwise, other than feeling like constantly having that ache of sadness, I'm okay. I am eating and drinking and taking care of the animals and being a person, just also being sad, you know. You know what it is. Remember before you knew what it was, though? The good old days? Before you knew what it was like? No one knows what it's like to be the sad man. Okay, now I'm gonna use some whiteout because Alex has it. Is it the tape kind? Oh, no, good. It's the liquid kind.
This doesn't need it.
Thank you.
I need it back.
This is from 2013.
Yep. What?
You've been labeling stuff since 2013. Stuff that doesn't need a label. Kel, do you do any drawings for others? Like if I sent you a photo of my sweet boy that I lost? Yeah, I do that. I have a whole draw my pet section in our Discord of animals that I drew. Did I put up the pictures in there? I feel like maybe it's in coloring pages. One sec. Yes, I've done that before. I just have to see where they are, but I've drawn lots of people's dogs. Where did I put them? Draw my pet, coloring pages. Is there like an art one? Just patterns, witchy things, recipes. I feel like it should be in Draw My Pet. But I'm not seeing it there. Where did I put them? They're in here somewhere. Yes, I do that, or I have done it in the past. Where did I put them though? They're somewhere in this Discord. Finished objects? No. Huh. Yes, I've done it and I'm happy to do it again. I just don't know where I put them. I don't know what I sorted them into. I lost one of my dogs 2.5 years ago. She was a tiny chihuahua, but the empty space she left behind was huge. That's where I'm at. The empty space will not close up, nor do I want it to, but the empty space left behind is very big, very gaping, very empty. Sorry, I'm looking for a book. I have a book of pictures that I drew of animals. I don't remember where I put it. I can't show you right now because I don't remember where I put it. Okay, back to this. So now that the whiteout is placed, I can go back in with this and do some additional stuff. so that it looks more like thunder. The white really did help, didn't it? Sorry for your loss, but if you pay very close attention, she still visits you. I'm fascinated with the drawing process and how one can take a pen and paper and turn it into something so beautiful. I love watching my granddaughter draw. You should get this one printed on a sweater or a t-shirt. Or my skin. I'm planning on getting a thunder tattoo. I don't know if I'm gonna have just his paw print or just his nose print or an actual piece of art of him. Haven't decided on that yet, but he's going to be with me always, so I've decided I'm going to permanently commemorate him somehow. Laura, can you turn your mic up any? I can hardly hear you today for some reason. Sorry. Let me check how it is. Oh, it was on the quietest setting. I apologize. Is that a little better? Let me move it closer to my mouth too. I have it on a new setting for directional audio so that you don't hear the birds so much. Is that better? Why are you falling? Could you not do that? Is that a little better? Sorry about that. Oh, that's beautiful, Kels. I was sitting in my kitchen. I felt my pup rub against my leg, went to pet him and realized he was on the couch. It was Rambo, came to say hi. Sound is better, but not too close or it gets in the way of the drawing. Yeah, I know. It's hard for me. Is the audio okay though? Clear? I want it to be nice and clear. The whiteout really did make a difference, didn't it? I feel like I want to go back on the ones we did the other day and add some whiteout. Also, the background music could come down a bit. Sure. It's at negative 35 decibels, which doesn't make sense because it can't be negative sound. Here is the picture of thunder. What do you think? I think that this area is actually part of his face though, over here, and I think that's supposed to come down a little farther, and that's part of his ear. Yeah, like that. So beautiful, Laura. Thanks. You think it looks like him? Oops. You think it looks like him? I think it looks like him. A little derpy. Let's take a second though and go back to the ones we did the other day and add whiteout for the highlights, because I think that's gonna help. Like this one, I think could use some whiteout highlights. I've gotten better over the last couple days, huh? Just by practicing. Who'd have thunk? Yeah. See how that highlight does? It's gorgeous. I agree that I'd get one of your drawings of thunder on a shirt if I were you. Oh, or a cozy, cuddly blanket. So look at the first one. Did our best. Second one, started figuring out how to do the shading. Let's add a little highlight here. Come on. How much cuter is that? With the little highlight. Now he looks like he's crying. Which he probably is. Come on. That's pretty cute now. In like an ugly cute kind of way. And now this one, which looks very much like thunder. Already. That makes such a difference. Come on. Look how much cuter that is. With the shiny eyes. Okay, let's see that other ugly one again. Come on, look how much cuter it is with his shiny eyes. He looks like he's crying. He's just a baby. Those paws aren't half bad. Looking back at them the next day. This one, not great. Won't call that my greatest work, but you know. This one, I don't think it's half bad. It doesn't look specifically like Thunder, but it looks like a Chihuahua. This one looks like Thunder. Like, this is what Thunder looked like when he looked at you. Wide-eyed, and just generally anxious. And then the next one is today's work. And I think this looks awesome. Thank you, guys. No, sweetheart, he's not crying. He's running and playing with my Rambo. They're waiting for us to come get them across the Rainbow Bridge. But in their time, it's just seconds apart from us. Aw. There was a pic on Insta, and he was so pigeon-toed. Yeah, fully tilted in. I wish I could draw like that. I mean, you can. You just gotta do it 1,000 times. I feel like I've now drawn Thunder so many times that I can draw him. I can draw him. I can draw Thunder. Can I draw other things? Not really, but I can draw Thunder. Wow, that made me feel better to draw him this morning. So thank you for being here while we draw Thunder. Here's what it looks like from the front. Hold on, let me try and tilt it so it's straight. Do you want to see the picture that it's originating from? This is what I'm aiming for. Hold on, let me try and get the angle so it's like the way it looks for me. Like that? What do you think? Do they look the same? Do they look like the same dog? When you hold it up next to the actual picture, it don't look so good. That's what I'm saying, is it's art. It's not realistic. Sweet Angel Thunder Boy. Melanie, hey Melanie. I missed the stream on Monday, but I watched it later. Sending all my love. Thanks, Melanie. Oh, definitely the same. You just need a blue granny square behind him. That blue granny square blanket is what we brought him to the vet in. God, my arms are so itchy. I apologize. I have some allergic reaction, and I don't know what it's to. I am believing that it's from the vinyl on my desk because I don't know what else could be causing it, because it's only on my arms and it's mainly on my forearms. What else is always touching my forearms? I haven't changed any of my stuff, like my cleaning supplies or anything. I like this one. I think I will put that on a t-shirt. I think that's a good idea. I like it also because I feel like his eyes don't look like they're black. They look like they're gray. So I want his cataracts to be there. Do you have any Benadryl? Alex keeps saying the same thing. And no, we don't have any right now. And he said, why don't we have any in our first aid kit? We need to go pick some up. And I say, I'll be fine. And then the next morning it's itchy again. Because last night it seemed like it was going down. But I've broken the skin, so now it's going to take a while to heal, which is annoying. It's stress hives. I mean, could be. So, do you want to see? I have his paw prints that I put on paper. And I put some in this book also. I think on the... Did I just open the book randomly? I thought I put them on the last page. Yeah. On the last page of my sketchbook. What I'm thinking I'm going to have tattooed is this one. But I'm going to have the tattoo artist just sort of fix up the edges. I guess I could just fix them up right now. But I don't want to risk ruining it, you know? But I just want to, like, add a few little bits so that you can see all the little outlines. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. I agree with Candace. It's definitely stress-related. Get a piece of parchment. I'm just going to do a couple of little lines. Nothing crazy, just so that the toes are closed. And they're going to be like barely even there. There. Just enough to close the toes. I don't want to add any more. Well, you know his beans best. But I think this one is the one I want to put on me, like as a tattoo. I think that's a little wider than his toe is. You know his beans best. That I do. I don't really, I want to have like a portrait. Oh my god, the nose is so adorable. Yeah, I did his nose print too. You can even see the texture. See his little nose texture? He's just a baby. But I like this paw print the best, because I feel like it looks like an actual like scan versus like having an all black one like this. To me, this is just like generic dog footprint, whereas this one is like Thunder's footprint. That's what it had. It had these little lines in it, you know, and it had his claws and whatnot. So this is the one that I want to do as a tattoo somewhere on me. Actually, you know what? While we're here, I'm just going to do this so that I don't forget which one I really like. There. Like that. I think that looks good. I did his nose a few times. I was trying to get a good print of it, but it kept being wide like that. And I was trying to get it more accurate. Like this one is pretty good. His tiny little nose. I did it lots of times. I did his nose and his paws a whole bunch. Trying to get some good ones. And I also did it on fabric, and I already put it in an embroidery hoop and have it hanging up in my room. Because I'm obsessed with that dog. In case you didn't already know. In case you didn't already know, here's the picture we drew today of that dog. Here's the picture that I drew yesterday of the same dog. Here's a picture I drew the day before of the same dog, and here's a picture I drew the day before of the same dog. Will I stop? No. I'll probably get better at using these markers, though. That's so special. Love you, Laura. Thanks, Melanie. Yeah, Thunder was very special. I want to get... What I want to get is a photorealistic tattoo of him and his paw print. And I want it somewhere that I can look at it all the time, which ends up being like here on my forearm, and it would be like this big so that I could like look at Thunder all the time. But I also don't have any tattoos, so the idea of getting a large portrait of a dog is a lot. And do I want it in black and white, or do I want it in color? And normally when you get an animal's face, you have it facing like the world, but like I would want it facing me, which means it's upside down when my hand is down. It's a big decision, but at the same time it's not, because Thunder, I would have traded like, I'm trying to think of something I actually would trade, because I was gonna be like, I would trade my arm to have him back. I would trade all my possessions, everything that I've collected that I consider dear to me as an item. I would trade all of them to have Thunder back. But I can't have him back, and I know that. Just make sure you go to an artist that's known for animal portraits. Yeah, absolutely. I haven't even looked for an animal portrait artist. It's not any rush for me. It's something I know I will do. I think his paw print on the area between your thumb and pointer finger on the left. Here? Aw, on my hand. First hand tat, Thunder. I wish I could tat this side of my hand, because then I would put it here, because then he's always in my hand. That's kind of cute, though, right on the hand. Because then he's always with me. Ouch. I mean, I wish it worked, Melanie. Obviously, you could tattoo it, but I mean, I wish I could do his paw print here and it would, like, look right. This area is not meant for tattooing. I know people say tattoos are very painful, and, like, I'll eat my words if I'm wrong, but I just don't think it's going to be the type of pain that bothers me as an ADHD-er. We have a dude that is phenomenal at dog tattoos, and I really want him to do mine, but he costs a lot. You can, but it has to be big lines. Yeah, exactly, and I'm not a big fan of that. We're going to do this together. TMI, for those of you that don't know this about me already, but I am having Thunder preserved. I have not found someone to do it yet. Nope, I got one on my neck and fell asleep. See, I feel like I'm in that camp. We'll see. Anyway, hold on. Hamilton taxidermy for pets. I spoke to the guy who did our cat, who preserved his skull. You can't see him, he's behind me. I have spoken to him, and he no longer does pets. He no longer does domestic animals. So I need to find someone who will do a domestic animal, which sucks because I trust the other guy. Like, he did a really good job with CJ and made him look so beautiful. I wonder. $750 for a whole taxidermied leopard? No, I'm not looking to buy a taxidermy, the internet. I'm looking for someone to do it. I watched a grown man cry getting his chest tattooed. Mine on my chest wasn't bad at all. I think it just depends on who's getting it and what. He might know someone to reference you to. I'm waiting on his reply on that, Candace. Because I said I trusted him with CJ and he did a beautiful job, and I would like the same style, and do you know anyone who might do a domestic animal? So I'm waiting on that. But I have to kind of wait. Taxidermy artist. Taxidermist. That's so annoying. Anyway, we're not gonna have him stuffed. That's not the type of taxidermy I'm into. I'm looking for a European mount, which is basically having the bones articulated. I'll show you what that looks like. Because it seems weird and gross until you know, and then you see it and you're like, it's not that weird and gross. This is what it looks like. Hold on. So first of all, this is what Thunder's skull looks like. That's just crazy to me, that his eyeball holes are that gigantic. But look at his little body. Would I want him to be in a lying down position like this? Or would I want him to be... I don't know. I don't know what I would want. You know? Why is it not showing up? Can you not scream like that? No one wants to hear it. It makes him look like a dinosaur. I mean, he is a dinosaur. But, like, a Chihuahua's skull is so weird looking. I think it's cute, but, like, to each his own. That's a cat skull. This is not a Chihuahua. That's a cat. But this is the style. Like, I'm not going to do something like this where you get your animal stuffed to look alive. I'm going to get my animal done in a way. It's going to be classy, the way that I taxidermy my Chihuahua, okay? The way I taxidermy my dog is going to be classy. God, I love him so much. These are just pictures of Chihuahuas. This is not... Oh my God, he was so sweet, you guys. Don't even understand. Chihuahua European taxidermy. Like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna put him in a crate and have him... Like, that's not what I want. I don't want him like that. I don't want him like this. That's not what I want. I want just his bones. Although this is beautiful art. This is not real. This is not the head of a real dog, in case you were like, that looks like a dog. This is not that. The head that you're seeing on the side, that's like art made of wool. I'm just getting Rambo's face because he was a rather large doggy. Oh, you did it too? Oh, a tattoo. I thought you were doing taxidermy. I don't even think Euromount should be called taxidermy. It's so different. I agree. I don't think it's like taxidermy because taxidermy is where your dog looks like a real dog except dead. European mounts is having the bones articulated, and I think the bones articulated is really cool. Chihuahua bones? Could I just do it myself? No, I'm not doing it myself. That would be traumatizing. You know what wouldn't be traumatizing? Putting the bones back together. Cleaning the bones, that's traumatizing. But if someone put Thunder's body in a tub with the dermestid beetles and then handed them back to me after that process was done, I could handle the rest. Oh, sitting? Come on. A little Chihuahua sitting? I might just do his skull like we did for CJ because then it'll be consistent, but at the same time, his whole skeleton, it would be cute to me. Some of those you're scrolling are so bad. Yes, some of them are really, really bad. And that's just what happens. Let's see. Everybody just selling taxidermy. Buffalo hoof. Jackalope. Baby ostrich. So many different taxidermy items. I'm looking for the person who does it. Ah, taxidermy services. Contact me. How much are you going to charge me, sir? I feel like I saw stuff on this person and it was like $2,000, $2,400 for someone to get their dog done. But I want it just as bones. I don't want the mount like with skin. That's creepy. Plus Thunder already looks like taxidermy. Like he's missing chunks of hair. He's just an old man. So like he's not gonna be taxidermied like a pretty taxidermy. He's gonna be bones. Beautiful, beautiful Thunder bones. I'll look for that later. That's not important to do now. My mom had this Chihuahua once, and this dang doggy used to bite the crap out of her. It was traumatized by someone, but my daughter-in-law took the dog, and she was fine after a while. Thunder was wonderful the whole time. There will be no teeth in his jaws. I have all of his teeth, Candace. It doesn't need to be sensible, but when he went to the dentist and got his teeth cleaned and a bunch of them pulled, I asked the dentist if I could have them, and the dentist said, "Why?" And I said, "What would be the right answer for you, sir?" No, I said, "Because when he dies, eventually I will have him taxidermied and I need the teeth to go back in his skull." And the doctor looked at me like I was in crazy. And then he gave me a pill container full of dog teeth. So I actually have all of Thunder's dog teeth. So there's that. Oh my God, that's awesome. Yeah, the doctor definitely thought I was insane, and that's fine. It's weird. I know it's weird to the general public, but to me, why would I throw out those teeth? I could put them back in his head. And he was younger. He was younger when he got his teeth cleaned. It's not like I was expecting him to die anytime soon. I just knew that eventually he would die, and eventually I would want to put his teeth back in. I thought about the taxidermy, but then I thought it would freak me out. I'll show you my cat's skull. It's not freaky. I mean, if you think skulls in general are freaky, maybe you think it's freaky, but I think it's actually very pretty. This is Mr. CJ. We can do a little clean out of his container. This is CJ's skull, our sweet kitty. Let's do a whole new setup for him. This is his skull. We had him done professionally by a taxidermy artist who no longer does domestics. See his beautiful teeth? See, it's creepy if you think about it like you murdered an animal to get the skull, but CJ was dying. Like, he died. He had to be put down. We have his paw print in clay. This was not done intentionally. I was making pottery, and he stepped in my clay, and instead of just mushing it back together, I decided to let it air dry. So now we have his little paw print. Let me just get a Lysol wipe, and I'll give this to the birds to tear apart because it's too dry. Now, here you go, guys. Here's something for you to break. How much you love breaking stuff. Okay, let me just pour this stuff out. Then I can give it a quick wipe down. And then we can refill it. I didn't know you could do that. The skull is actually awesome. Yeah, the skull, I think it's really awesome. And I knew I wanted to do it because I love animal bones anyway. Like, I collect animal bones anyway. And having a skull, I think, is cool. And then also having it be my pet, I feel like is way cooler for me. I know for some people it's super creepy. I understand that. They can put teeth in for you if you don't have them. Oh, okay. Well, CJ had all of his teeth, so that wasn't a problem for the cat. But for the dog, I have them, so I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I know for people who don't like bones and stuff, it's weird. Like, I understand that, but I like bones and stuff. Like, in general, if I find like a raccoon skull while out on a hike, which we've done, my friend and I, if I find a raccoon skull, if she's not taking it, I'm taking it. You know what I mean? Like, my friend and I are both into bones. She has a lot more of a collection than I do at this point. The one with the twins I'm talking about. And she, her collection is, she's got like a fox skull, she's got a coyote skull, a raccoon skull. She purchased some, she found others, and I have lots of dead things, and she has lots of dead things. It's just fun, like, to have. They're pretty. I like how they look. I like how they decorate my space. So, for me, it makes sense. It looks cool, and it makes sense. But I know for a lot of people, it's creepy. Oh my god, she's the one with the twins? Bumble Bestie? Yeah, my Bumble Bestie is the one with the twins. My Bumble Bestie with a fascination with dead things is the one who now has twins. She has a huge collection of bones. It's so funny because her house is now 2 themes. Theme number 1, dead things, like mushrooms and skulls and butterflies and bones and rocks and just a general variety of dead things, and then also a whole bunch of baby toys. It's pretty silly in her house right now. Okay, one sec, let me get some pretty things to put in with Mr. CJ. We'll redo his decorations. He deserves a little upgrade, I think. What else could we put in? Maybe some dried flowers. Laura, make sure when you get time you read my message I left you on your video yesterday, please. Thanks, Kel. Your friend sounds cool too. She's very cool. I think she's very cool. Okay, so before CJ goes back in, we have a few artist conchs. And then we've got this really nice shell. Then I've got some pretty rocks. Oh, I forgot his paw print has to go in as well. I like to keep his paw print flat so it's safe. Love this setup. Rocks and things. Rocks and mushrooms. Okay. Some of my favorite rocks. Aw, thanks for bringing up CJ, because I haven't redone his display in a little while. And this is fun. It feels nice. It feels like a way to honor him, and it feels like a way that I get to, like, interact with him, you know? Hard to explain, but that's what it feels like. That's such a great idea. I wish I'd known about this when Rambo passed. Yeah, I wish no, he's the first. Well, I guess I wish I knew when our bearded dragons passed. That would have been cool too. But I'm glad I found out or figured out that this was what I wanted to do before CJ passed away, because now I get to have him always. And I think it looks beautiful. Again, to each his own. Nobody needs to like what everybody likes. Everybody's different. Lots of people find this super creepy and morbid, but I don't find it morbid at all. He already died. It's like he's already dead. It's not like I killed him to do this. I mean, technically I did, because he had to be put down and then I did this. But like, he wasn't intentionally euthanized for this purpose. So to me, it doesn't feel morbid. But nobody has to like it. I don't care. I used to feel like embarrassed about it. Like I didn't tell people in real life. And now I don't care. To me, it feels totally natural and normal and respectful. So I don't feel that it's got any weirdness to it, because to me, it doesn't feel weird. No pressure to you to do it. But people keep the ashes of their family members. That's morbid. Keeping your family members' ashes is more morbid than this. That's a person's remains. So come at me, bro. There. There, and then we'll put his little skull back on display. Need to find a nice balance for it. There we go. And then we can put a flower. Is that one open? Yes, open and empty. We can put a flower into his eyeball. This one. There. So pretty. I'm getting jewelry to wear my mom's ashes after I break into my daughter's house and steal them. That works. See? And that's morbid. You're gonna wear dead people. I mean, again, it's ashes. It's a little different. But, like, it's... Oh, my God. Peekaboo. A bit dramatic, don't you think? Hey there, Rohan. Can you tell we're handling another bangle right now? Hi. That's CJ's skull. He's your brother. We never got to meet him, though. Anyway, here we go. There's CJ's updated little resting place. And he stays in here. And he stays on a shelf where I get to see him all the time. And he's the same kind of cat as this. This is Rohan, and Peekaboo. I don't know if you can see her. You might even be able to see. You can see her fat body. Right here is Peekaboo's body. Her head is under the table, under the cage, but her body is right here. You okay, Peekaboo? You want to come say hi to everybody? Hi, baby. Come here. Baby. Oh. That's just your brother. He's allowed to be here too. I know. You hate him. You hate your brother. Huh? You hate your brother? Rohan's like, I want him. Are the birds locked up today? No, they're not. The top of the cage is open. The door is just not open. Oh, wait, no, the door is open now. Hi. Can we just talk about the fact that I'm not in immediate danger? Okay, now I'm in a little bit of danger. Please don't scratch me, Peekaboo. Can you see my last message? That is just gorgeous and very honorable. Thanks. Peekaboo is invisible now. Hey, Rohan. I'm in danger right now. I just want you to know that. Hi. He's pretending not to look at her because he's trying to be polite. It's kind of a big deal. Before, he would just run up to her face forward. Good boy. See him walking away? He wants so badly to attack her and play with her, but she hates him. She hates you, Rohan. We'll work on it. Eventually she won't hate you, okay? There. She's back in the same spot. Anyway, she didn't run into Alex's office, which is a big deal, because up until now she's been hiding in his office. My ashes will be mixed with Rambo's and then thrown in the lake where I grew up. Then it will be part of everything. The water will be in the trees, the birds. Oh, that's nice, Cal. I think I don't care what happens to me. Once I'm dead, I don't care. I don't want to be buried in a casket. I don't want to be embalmed. So I do care. I would like to rot, preferably. I don't really want to get cremated. I'd rather rot. And I know it's morbid. I have my mom on my shelf. Whatever floats your boat. Honestly, if you're not hurting anybody, I literally don't care what you do with your pets or your family members or whatever. If people die and they let you keep them, good. I don't care. So I feel like when people are like, that's so morbid and weird, you have your cat's skull, I'm like, okay, but like, so, doesn't hurt anybody. But I like it. Do you see how well behaved Rohan was? It really doesn't matter because we're not in these bodies anyway once we pass. Yeah, that's how I feel mostly, but I don't, okay, this is what's stupid about it. It's not that I'm scared about burning. It's that I don't want to add more carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. So I'm like, let me rot. Because it's the least energy to do. Put me in a cardboard box and bury me. If you want to be extra generous to me, bury me with the bones of the animals that I love. And with a few pretty rocks. Beautiful. If you don't want to do that, then just put me in a cardboard box in the ground. I don't want to add carbon dioxide to the air. I just want to rot. Did you see her run away? Did that freak you out? Okay, bye. He wants to play so bad. This is his playful. He just really wants to play with her. Want to play with Peekaboo, huh? That cat is so beautiful. Well, it says, from ashes we came, so we shall return, I suppose. Yes, he's very beautiful. He's a Bengal. It's like a wild cat mixed with a domestic cat for multiple generations. So he's domestic, but he's pretty. Oh my god, that floppy lump flopping down like that reminds me of Oliver, just a lump of love. Yeah, he really wants to play with Peekaboo, but he doesn't know how to do it politely, so this is what he does. He plays next to her, and then he looks at her, but she doesn't like him. See? Now he's gonna pretend to hunt her for a second. He might even jump down onto the ground to see what she's doing. He really wants to be her friend. And then she meows at him and hisses at him and hates him. And then he comes back. He's like peered over the edge. That's all peekaboo. He's not doing any of that. What kinds of birds? These birds are conures. I have 2 conures. He's trying to be a gentleman. He's trying his best. He's not very good at it, but he's trying. The birds are conures. We have 2 conures and 2 cats, a gray cat and a Bengal, and then the 2 parrots. We did have a Chihuahua until last Friday. But do you see? She hissed at him and swatted at him, and then he walked away. That's like a huge improvement for him. Before, he would just continue to harass her until she ends up like clawing, like getting in a real fight with him. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of them. Beelzebub, come here. Come here. Come on. Okay, I need to bribe her with something. She doesn't want to come to me. You want a flower? Oh yeah, now we're friends, huh? Come here. Come on. Here. Come on. Come on. Here. There's a pretty girl. You gonna poop? No, you just want your flower. This is okay. No, come back. I was showing people how pretty you are. Here. Come on. Good girl. This is what she looks like. It's a straw flower. She just likes ripping them apart. But this is Beelzebub. It's for you. See? You can have it. You want a different one? Here. This one. There you go. Do they talk at all? Yeah, they talk a lot. Can you say kiss? Mwah. Kiss. How about dancey dance? No, not today. Thank you, Laura and Candace. I'm adding those to my list. They're a very cool flower to have. The birds love ripping them apart. I don't even think she eats the seeds that are in these flowers. She just rips them apart. This one kind of looks like you're eating the seeds of. Morning, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Hey there, Michelle. I'm doing all right. We drew some pictures of thunder. I showed CJ, and now Beelzebub is eating, well, this one is a gomphrena that she's eating now. I think she's eating the seeds. She's at least breaking the seeds up. You can hear it. Hear that? Can I have a kiss? Thank you. Okay, that's been fun. Can you go do whatever you gotta do? Go on. Thank you. Hey, baby. Conure ASMR. Yeah. And now Rohan's like, what are they doing? Can I play with them? Dang birds then wanted their shower every morning. We had parakeets, Link and Log. That's cute. They would start yelling at sunrise. I got a squirt gun. Dang birds, then they wanted a shower every morning. That's funny. These ones, they like to, whenever I'm washing dishes, I end up having to turn the water to cold and let them take a bath in my hands. Pretty much any time that I'm doing anything with water, they want to be involved also. Anyway, doing well today, Michelle. Obviously sad, but doing okay. Everything's mostly okay. I moved a bunch of my plants over here because I got some new grow lights. That are now stuck to the wall. That's why it looks so bright in here. That's not sunlight, that's a grow light. But I moved my big lemon tree into here. You can see there it is. And I moved some of my other plants in here so you can see them all. Yeah, and Rohan's here. Peekaboo's here too. You just can't see her because she's the color of darkness. She's the color of shadow. You just closed the door on her.
Hmm?
You just closed the door on Peekaboo.
I didn't know.
You have dogs, cats, birds, and plants. How do they all cohabitate? I didn't realize how much I missed all the greenery around you. Yeah, me neither. Everything cohabitates well. The birds play with each other, and the birds play with the cats. The only ones that didn't get along were Thunder and the birds. He didn't like them because they would try to play with him, and he wasn't interested. But the cats and the birds play. The cats don't like each other, so they don't cohabitate well, but they will eventually. Hey, mister. At some point, the birds will have to or the cats will have to cohabitate. But the birds get along with Rohan really well, and nobody bothers the plants anymore. Sometimes the birds will try to break off pieces of the plants, but generally they're okay. Generally they're well behaved. Yeah, everything gets along pretty well. The only thing that you have to worry about with plants and birds is the mess. Plants drop leaves, plants are messy, birds make a huge mess. So there's 2 mess creators in the house now. Other than that, no big deal. He's such a handsome fellow. You're handsome, Rohan. Come here. Psst, 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 psst. He's like, no, I'm good, thanks. Rambo used to hunt birds. He jumped up and snatched one right out of the air. Well, Rohan definitely could hunt the birds if he wanted to, but they do this thing where they'll play, and they even play pretty rough. Like, the cat will swat at the birds and the birds will bite the cat, but as soon as it's been too much, Rohan leaves, or if the birds are done, they'll bite him. Like, they tell each other when they're done. And, I mean, so far we haven't had any incidents. The birds have broken skin on the cat once, but it wasn't anything major. He looks like fire in certain lights. Yeah, he's very orange. He's a very orange cat. What is the kitty's name? His name is Rohan. We've had him for over a year now. We got him in November of last year. So a year and 3 months we've had him. And we've only just fully integrated him with our other cat now. It took a very long time. He was very impolite and very aggressive with our other cat. So he was kept separate from her, which was fine for her because she prefers to be in Alex's office. Even before we got Rohan, she would be in his office with the door closed through most of the day. But then it ended up having to be like a rule because they didn't get along at all. And I didn't want Thunder to get caught in the crosshairs because Thunder was a 14-year-old Chihuahua, and he was mostly blind, mostly deaf. He had poor ability to walk, like he was like zigzaggy a lot, and he didn't have any teeth. So with all of those variables, Thunder was not able to defend himself against anything. So I didn't want to risk the cats getting into a cat fight and then rolling near Thunder, and then Thunder getting caught up in a cat fight that he couldn't at all manage to get away from or fight in. So I didn't push the relationship between the cats while we had Thunder. Thunder passed away on Friday, and I basically dusted my hands off and said, like, that's it. The cats have to get along now. If they have to fight it out, I'm over it. I'm not segregating our animals. They can all get along. So now I'm not keeping them separated. I'm letting them fight when they want to fight and hoping that it'll sort of work itself out. And it has. Rohan has completely shifted the way that he approaches Peekaboo. He doesn't meow at her when she's meowing at him. They used to be like screaming at each other, and then he would attack her, and he was doing it in play, but it would become pretty aggressive and scary. So that's why we separated them. It's not like that now. He walks up to her interested, and then he looks away like he's supposed to. He faces his back to her. He's doing all the correct things. Peekaboo just hasn't come around yet. So I'm in no rush to like force them. Like, I'm not going to put them in a room together and close the door, but I am going to not keep them separated anymore. He looks like fire. I want to get ferrets, but I'm afraid my dogs will try to eat it. I mean, probably your dogs will try to eat ferrets. How is Peekaboo? She's great, Michelle. She's a little fat. She's a little fat. Emotionally, she seems aware that Thunder's missing. I don't know if she understands that he died. When we brought him home, I did show him to her and she sniffed him, but she didn't act in a way that was like she didn't act different that made me think she knew that he had died. But I let all the animals see Thunder. The birds seemed confused because they like sat on him and poked at him, but he didn't move. So I think the birds understood but don't care. I think Rohan understood but didn't care. And I don't know if Peekaboo really understood. Because she like sniffed him and then was like, anyway, and she like rubbed up against me and then lied back down. Like it wasn't a big deal for her. So anyway, they all saw him dead, but I don't know. She seems fine. She knows. They all know. They knew before you knew that he was going. I believe that. I believe you're right about that. I'm sure they knew. Yeah, well, anyway, Peekaboo knows now for sure, or she knows something's wrong because every night she's sleeping where he slept. She never ever tried to attempt to lie down in Thunder's spot before, and his spot is like Alex and I lie down up against each other, like spooning, and in the space between our bodies, like my back touches Alex's belly, but there's like a divot like between our bodies, and Thunder would sleep on that spot on top of the covers in that spot, like at our tummy area. And Peekaboo's never attempted, like even when Thunder sleeps under the covers, he would sleep up against me under the covers. Peekaboo would never attempt to lie in that spot, and she's been sleeping in that spot since Thunder died. So I think she knows that I'm sad, and usually I get really sad at night because part of my nighttime routine is like take Thunder out for his final pee, check if he wants some water, take him downstairs, like do my stretches, snuggle up with him and wait for Alex, like read a book with Thunder in my arms. Like he's part of my nighttime routine. So now my nighttime routine feels so like empty, like I just have to get up and go to bed. That's all I have to do now. So yeah, Peekaboo's been snuggling in that spot, which has been very sweet. But she's also like twice his size and 3 times his weight. So it's also weird because it feels like there's like a 2-year-old lying on top of us. They can sense death. My Piper sat by our door waiting for Rambo to come home until we got his ashes back. That's so sad. She misses him. Yeah. I also think she's like making me feel better, you know? She's a sweet cat. Even though she's like a big fatty, she's very sweet. And the birds haven't been screeching nearly as much. They've just been kind of behaving nicely, which has been good. I have a stray cat outside that reminds me of Peekaboo. She's a rotund black cat. I really want to bring her in, but I'm afraid Taro may react terribly. Not fat, chonky. Not fat, rotund. She is definitely rotund. She's a fat girl. But she's not eating more than a cat her size should. She gets 1 scoop, which is half a cup of food. She has half a cup of food every day. And the food gets like poured in her bowl, and then the rest of the bowl is filled with boiling water. And I let it sit for 5 minutes, and then I give it to her so she gets enough water. She has water bowls, and she has access to like a water fountain. But even still, I add water to her food. I add water to Rohan's too, just in case. My cardinals just returned last week. They return every winter. That's awesome, Kel. I love cardinals. Indeed, she's helping her mama. Yeah. She is. Hi, Beelzebub. She's looking at me being really sketchy. Anyway, our parrots are Beelzebub and Gary. Those are the 2 names. We didn't change Beelzebub's name when we got her because they both know how to say Beelzebub. And Gary calls her. We're in Indiana. They're our state bird. Oh, okay. I don't know what our provincial bird is. Is it going to be the goose? It's probably something like the goose. What's the provincial bird of Ontario? Ontario provincial bird. The common loon is the official bird of Ontario. It was adopted in 1994. Okay. And our flower is the trillium. And our provincial animal is the common loon. Provincial animals of Canada. Northwest Territories is the gerfalcon. Everyone knows my state bird. It's our baseball team. New Brunswick is the black-capped chickadee. That's a nice one. The Canada jay is the great gray owl. Where are you? Largest species of owl by length. Okay. That wasn't helpful. You didn't tell me where you're... Oh, Manitoba. Nice. The rock ptarmigan. Where are you? Nunavut. Okay. Rock ptarmigan. The bull trout. That's not a bird, but okay. List of Canadian provincial and territory symbols. In Alberta, the bird is the great horned owl, the animal is the bighorn sheep, the fish is the bull trout, the flower is the wild rose, the tree is the lodgepole pine, and mineral is petrified wood. Okay, what's Ontario? That's where I live. The common loon, we don't have a mammal, we don't have a fish. Eastern white pine and amethyst. Okay. What's the white pine look like? That's pretty, I guess. Why don't we get a fish? I want a fish. Anyway, I once convinced my brother that the loon noise was a wolf, lol. Hey, if you don't know, if you don't go camping or whatever, it's a weird sound. It's kind of howly. I could see someone getting convinced. I mean, I wouldn't because I go camping, so I know my animal sound. It's like I always say, if I was born 100 years ago, I would definitely have believed in ghosts because have you ever heard the sound of coyotes? Have you ever heard the sound of loons and owls and foxes? They're horrifying and they sound like people. Creepy, creepy people. What should we draw? I want to draw something else. Thunder, perhaps? Meanwhile, my dad and sister were being chased in the canoe by a beaver. Lol. That's funny. What other animal could I draw? Or plant? I feel like I just still want to draw stuff today. I'm not in the mood to crochet. Yes, coyotes. Then they found out when they're all howling, it means they gotta kill. Yeah, it means either they gotta kill or they're about to. I'm so worried about our stray cats. It was -2 yesterday, and last night, -7. Ugh. That's cold. Beavers are large. We had a whole argument that ended up having someone leave the live stream because of that argument. Beavers are large. Larger than muskrats. I'll never forget. I don't know what to draw, but I want to draw something that I have to use markers on. Oh, a beaver. Lol. I don't want to draw a beaver. They're not that cute. They're cute, but like, I don't know. It's so weird when I don't have inspiration. It's like I have no idea what to draw. Lol, what? That's so funny. I know. They are big and they are territorial. I have a question about making one of those scarves with sleeves. Okay. They're like the size of a mid-sized dog. No. They're bigger. They're bigger than muskrats. I'm a country girl. I grew up at the lake. You could literally swim. I could literally swim before I learned to walk. I mean, that's scary a little bit. How long to make the scarf in the middle? Between the sleeves? I would say maybe 18 inches. How long to make the scarf in the middle of the sleeves? I would say measure your shoulder top of your shoulder to the other top of your shoulder would be my, like from here to here. So 19 inches. I said 18. You say elbow to elbow? Oh, but it'll stretch. None of the wraparound type. Yeah, I would say, okay, elbow to elbow, that seems a bit long before the sleeves take place, because then it's going to be like slouchy when you're wearing it. I would say, okay, maybe a little longer than 18, because you want it to be the wraparound type. No, one of the wraparound type. Okay, so if it's going to wrap around, hold on, then you're going to want it to go around one time, and then also, hold on, a second time? Okay. We want it to go around this twice, basically, right? But not all the way twice. So that would be 48 inches would be one time. But then you want it to crisscross and come around. But it's going to stretch, remember that too. The wraparound kind. I would say 60 is going to be long enough. Yeah, 60 is going to be long enough. That's going to be super long. Yeah, it's going to be long. A beaver. Muskrats are small, right? Then beavers are like the size of an 8-year-old child. Yeah, I think beavers are like adults, and then muskrats are like this big. You need wider to be able to get your arm in behind you. No, but you can wrap it around your neck to put your arm in and then shovel it down onto your body. Or shimmy it down. I would say 60 inches. Well, what size are you making? I'm talking for like a ladies large, ladies extra large. I would say 60 inches. If you need it bigger, then go bigger. But remember that everything stretches. So when you do 60 inches is going to be before you've stretched it out. And like it's going to stretch around your body. I would say 60 inches. That's my recommendation. But what the heck do I know about anything? I want to draw. I want to paint. I just want to make arts and crafts. I don't want to crochet, and I have crochet work to do. This is what I made yesterday. It's a headband for outside for the winter temperatures. Little cute little braided headband. It's got a little braided knit detail on it. This is next week's tutorial. She's cute. She's beauty and she's grace. She's Miss United States. I blow dried my hair forward today. Those little chair feet. Yeah, I just don't wanna. My life is hard, Candace. Making decisions is hard. You know? Nice headband. Do you have a pattern for that? Yeah, I do. I do actually have a pattern for that. Not only do I have a pattern written out for it, but I also have a video tutorial filmed. I also plan on the video tutorial I want to film next is going to be this pot cozy. I just looked up muskrat. Beavers are like twice that size. Yeah, beavers are big boys. And then I also have the plan to do a Luna moth, a crocheted Luna moth. And then I have this tutorial that came out this week for a little baby sweater. Little piece of thread on it. Have to put that away. Ugh. What to draw. I'd love to learn to make a plant. To crochet a plant? I could do that. I want to do a pot cozy though. I feel like people like useful things. You know? Man, I don't know. I've never seen a muskrat. They look ugly. They look like something named a muskrat. They'd be ugly. I grew up thinking it was a beaver. It looks like a beaver, but the tail is skinny. Instead of the beaver tail being like a wide beaver tail, it's like a snake, like it's thick like this, but it's like beaver textured, but it's like a tube like that. But it looks like a beaver. They sit like a beaver. They eat food the way a beaver does. They look like a beaver. The only thing that we didn't have beavers in my pond growing up, we had muskrats. So they're ugly named. Definitely muskrat. What a gross name for something. But they just look like a beaver. I literally grew up thinking they were beavers. Muskrat. Like, look. Okay, that's not a muskrat, Laura. That's a drawing. Look. It's just a small look, that's a beaver. That's just a beaver. But do you see how they're... Hold on, let me see if I can find a picture that has their tail. See their tail? It's kind of like long and gross. And they swim like a beaver. There's one. Do you see its tail? Its tail's like long and skinny instead of beaver-like. But they're otherwise like it's just a weird little beaver. But it's like not a rat. It doesn't look like a rat. It looks like a beaver. Like, I know it's called a muskrat, but its face is not rat-like. It's beaver-like. Okay, but now show a beaver. It's the same picture. It's the same thing. They're both the same. To me, those are the same item. It's like muskrats are like the Temu version of a beaver. They look the same. How about beaver versus muskrat? Do we have... Tell me that's not the same thing. Those are the same animal. Look, muskrat versus beaver. Those are the same animal. Muskrats used to swim all over the place at our lake. Rohan says no. Way cuter. I don't know about way cuter. Sure, like a bit cuter. I think they just have a cuter nose. Maybe I've been dealing with nutria this whole time. Sir, that's not yours. Leave it alone. Hey, that's not yours. He's trying to get inside a box that is closed. I see now. Same thing, different tails. Yes, muskrats are thinner and longer. Not counting the beaver's tail. That I'll agree on, the Temu version of a beaver. You can't get in because the lid is on. The lid is on because the box is closed. The box is closed because it's not meant for cats to get into. He's trying to open a box that is not for him. Do you want to see this box? The vet gave us a box to put Thunder in, and it's literally a casket. 1 second. Don't worry, Thunder's not in here. Look, they gave us a casket. Every box is for cats. Here. Here, look. You can come pick whichever one you like. That sounds like a weight loss supplement, but it's for a rodent. But it's a rodent. Nutria. Anyway, they gave us a casket for Thunder. I didn't use it because he was already wrapped up, but nice of them, I suppose. Okay. Rohan, the box is up here, look. See? He's looking, but he's not here yet. I mean, you'll see him when he jumps up. He's definitely gonna. The boxes are up here now. Excuse me. What's that for? I don't know what I want to draw. I guess I could draw a plant. What plant should we draw? No, please. By the way, we changed the style of recording audio sound. Did the bird scream just now? For those of you wearing headphones, was it less loud than normal? Because the audio is set up in a way that it's supposed to be less loud than normal. Okay, what plant should we draw? Maybe a tree of some sort. A pansy. I don't want to draw a pansy. Think of colors. Yeah, I'm just thinking of the color green. It shouldn't be this hard to think of things, you know? You ever feel that way where you're like, it seems like it's being harder than it needs to be? A string of pearls. Ooh, that's interesting. Beelzebub. Burrow's tail. Okay, that's interesting. Thank you for suggesting things. That makes it fun to decide. F these nails. I put these on for tutorials so that my hands don't look like jacked up from the rash. Try and get people's attention off of my messed up looking hands. But they are hard to live with. Long nails are not for me. They're for you. Just so you know, when I wear long nails, it's for you. It's not for me. I need to get more of this tape. I'm almost out of washi tape. I've had this now, 3 years it took me? Because I bought it on AliExpress. And I bought so much of it for like, I don't know, $5 or something. Probably $12 after the shipping and whatever. But let me tell you, it was worth every penny. I used it so much. And now I've been using it in my new bullet journal. And I love using it as a protector for the edge of the paper. How fun. Have you started a garden map yet? You could draw your first draft for the garden for this year. What? The garden map? No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to emotionally think of the garden map. A spring forest. This is the amount of space I have. A blueberry bush, an apple blossom branch. Do we want to do a whole forest? That seems a bit busy right now. Or do we want to do an individual item? A burrow's tail could be cool. Do I even have a burrow's tail anymore? I don't think I do. My lemon tree is so sad. I've been like trying to water him so much more. It is so sad right now. Not like an actual map, but just a mood board vibe for colors. A mood board for colors of the garden. That could be fun. Let's do that. Let's do it this way so we have more room to work. And then let's make a point for the horizon. Let me think for a sec. Do I want to think of that garden or do I want to think of that garden, you know? Okay, if we make our horizon point, actually let's make our horizon farther away. Let's call this the horizon. And then we'll do the floor or the back wall of the garden will be, this will be the fence or whatever. I'm trying to think of like what garden I'm looking at. Am I gonna look at the one that's all pieces Or am I going to look at the one that's the one like stationary garden bed? Let's look at the one that has the fence behind it. Which, don't you think? So like if this is the bottom of the garden, right, oops, let's not ruin that. And then that's our horizon. Okay. And then maybe we want that to be a little lower. Please hold. Okay, so then we have that. And then we have the ground. Hold on. Let me just sort myself out here. This is our little box for our garden. You could even do a fantasy garden. Okay, if that's our box, right? And this is our line. Cool, 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 cool. And then this will be the front. Cool. Love that. And then this will just come straight down because it's the front. That comes down, that comes down. Okay, and then how far deep is this? It's deep like to about there, which makes that the ground. Good bird. Hi. Hi, what are you doing? I can't wait to see the finished product, but I gotta go to work. Toodles. Bye-bye. Have a good rest of your day. Don't work too hard. Okay, and this is gonna be my fence. Sorry if I keep hitting the mic. Okay, so there's the fence behind all of that. And the fence actually has spaces between it. So we're gonna do those. We won't be doing any pen lines on this until after the garden is drawn in because the fence is all going to be covered by plants. But I just need it to be here so that I know where it is. Okay, so what are we gonna do this year? Help me. What's the plan? Okay, there's the fence. Beauty. Love that. And then the underside pieces are shorter. Are they all shorter? Yeah, they are. I think I want to do the same sweet pea trellis as last year, which was like a semicircle here. I think I want to do that. Color. Yes, color for sure. We're going to color it. There will be color. So first let's just give this like volume, because this is all going to be filled with dirt. There. So now there's dirt. We won't be seeing these lines. So what are we going to put in here in this garden bed? I know that I liked having the amaranth here, and I liked having the straw flowers. I think I want to do more sweet alyssum in the front, like enough that it's like hanging over. Can you just not be the way that you are, microphone? That would be super. Hold on, let me just try and adjust this mic so it stops hitting me in the arm. What's your list of flowers for this year? That's a good question, and I don't know the answer. Definitely gonna have straw flowers, definitely gonna have cosmos, definitely gonna have marigolds. Okay, I think I want the whole front to be hanging over this year. I would like to get one of those tracing boards with the bright light. That's as close to drawing as I'm gonna get. That's a really good drawing, so thank you very much. I think that is good drawing. Tracing is still drawing. It's how you practice. Okay, and then in the back, what's tall that we like? I know it's January, but I love garden dreaming in the winter. So do I. Although my 13-year-old granddaughter swears up and down she can teach me to draw. She can. I believe her. Okay, so this area gets shady earlier. So this is not going to be where the bright flowers go. I believe her, Cal. And I think we'll do amaranth again in the back. I liked how that looked. Castor, sunflower. The castor bean kind of requires a very big pot. This is not big enough for the castor bean to survive well, so the castor bean doesn't fit well in here, but the amaranth does. So we'll do amaranth. Okay. Yes, just imagine if you made a little doodle every day since she said that to you, or even every time she says she can teach you. Practice makes progress. Absolutely, practice will make progress. Okay, so that's gonna be just amaranth. I had my zinnias here last year. Maybe we should move them. I did like having the straw flowers in this bed, but I think that I don't know. Do I want to have my straw flowers there? I was thinking I want to have a big section of feverfew in the garden. I do have a full container of yarrow. I also want to have a good marigold showing this year. I want to have like a nice, so maybe this will be covered with marigolds here, this whole front section. I also really liked having those big dinosaur kales. The blue ones. And what an awesome activity for you guys to do together, isn't it? Drawing together, that sounds lovely. Melanie, I don't know, I think my drawing skills are non-existent. Well, they have to start somewhere, you know? All right, what's gonna go here? The sunflower did pretty well there, so we could put more sunflowers. I could do also a big section of straw flowers here. I feel like this didn't get as much sun as I would have liked, but I do also want to do the sweet pea trellis here again, but I kind of want to find a way to make it like more effective. I feel like my sweet pea trellis was less effective than it could have been, and I don't know exactly what the problem was. So that'll be all sweet peas. And then the morning glory also ended up there. And then who could be under here? Somebody small, who doesn't really mind the dark. It doesn't get dark until like August though. I think that the Cosmos did do really well here last year, and I loved picking from them here. So maybe Cosmos can go here again. Okay, now let's start coloring in some stuff. The Cosmos are going to be peach and pink. The amaranth is going to be like a fluorescent pastel violet. Sounds like it could be the color that this is. These are Amaranth Levelized Bleeding. Dancey dance. No, you're so good. Dancey dance. Okay. And then marigolds will be in here. Hi. Okay. Melanie, she shouldn't, but just have to make sure it's not her PMS week. I have a reminder set on my calendar because those girls are so mean. Oh no, are they? That sucks. Having your kids be mean on their period sounds rough. I wonder if my parents knew when we were kids, like when we were young and at home. I wonder if they were like, oh my god, it's the crazy week. Because there were 3 girls. So it really wouldn't surprise me if they knew. But also, like, LOL. Imagine. If they're like, just stay away from them this week. No conflict. Hello.
Hello.
Light pink. These are sweet peas. Okay, and then I also had a beautiful sweet pea last year that was like the beautiful dark red. And then there was one that was like purpley. Vivid purple, azalea purple. Melanie, my 3 teen grands and my daughter all PMS at the same time, so I hide that week. Yeah, I can imagine that makes sense to do. Good bird. Okay, and then dark blue, light, pale purple. Let's do some pale purple. Nope, not on that side. Hey, Beelzebub. No thanks, Beelzebub. There was like a pale blue with the red one. Okay, now let's do a little bit of green stuff. Oh god, I'm telling you, the itch on my arms is gonna drive me absolutely crazy. Okay, forest green maybe for these guys. Yeah, that's right. These are so dark. Hi. 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 Hi, baby. Cool. So that's forest green. Now we can go in with turquoise green to do some leaves. That was something I did wrong last year with my drawings, is I drew so many flowers and not enough green, and then when the garden came to, I was like, wow, there's so much green in the garden. Of course there is. Most of the garden is leaves. You can plant as many flowers as you want, but your garden is not going to look like a bouquet. It's going to look like plants with flowers on them. There's more green than there is any other color. That's the rule. Okay, and then we can do some pale green as well. Just fill it out a bit. We'll do black line art on top of it after. Beelzebub, no one wants to hear you shouting. Your shouting is the least cute part about you. Yeah, it is. There we go. Sweet peas. Take care, lovely humans. Bye, Melanie. Have a good rest of your day. Don't work too hard, okay? And I feel like mint green could work. Is that light enough? Yeah. Alright. Excuse you. These are the cosmos. Hopefully, they'll be so dramatic like this. And then the amaranth has a purple stem that transitions into green. So I think that we'll do the pale purple for the stem. That. And then that'll turn into the pale green. Achoo. I hear ya. And then we'll have these big leaves. Oh, achoo, huh? Okay. Amaranth. And then marigolds have kind of like a muted sort of green, I feel like this. Oh yeah? What's up with you? What's up with you? What's up with you, Miss Beelzebub? Nothing. What's up with you? That's yellow. Pastel green or pale green? Well, let's see what pastel looks like. That's nice. It's a little bit yellow, but it's okay for the light stuff. Okay, and then we can get a darker green. Hey. There's that giving marigold and Cosmo and Amaranth. With that washi tape on there, it looks like a dream garden. I mean, it is kind of my dream garden, isn't it? I'm like looking through an imaginary window. Oh, I love that. All right, I think that's it for today. That's as far as we're gonna get on the garden design. But we got Amaranth, Love Lies Bleeding, Cosmos, Sweet Peas, and Marigolds. We'll have to do the Sweet Alyssum, the Kale, and whatever else we think to put in here next time, because I have to go and plan out the next video that I'm gonna film, and hopefully I'll get it filmed today. Wish me luck. Ugh. My back is so stiff all the time. It's just who I am now. I'm a stiff back person. All right, one more missing here. Zip up the markers because we're not playing with them anymore. Now we're getting back to work, okay? Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I hope you had a good time. Thanks for keeping me company, and I will see you all on Friday, because if you remember, we get together Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. no matter what. So I'll see you on Friday. I hope you have a good rest of your week. And yeah, don't work too hard. Drink water. Take care of yourselves. Give your pets an extra big hug from me. And yeah, thank you to everyone who's supporting the channel. Here's the list of channel supporters for the month. You guys rock. If you want to join the list and become a supporter of the channel, check the links down below the video. All the ways to support will be listed in there. And you can join us. See you next time. Bye.